Do I? Seriously, I'm killing it. I'm killing this if my name's right.
What's that?
He said I get a mark to get my name right.
What?
He said I get a mark to get my name right.
Is it not Joseph?
Dude.
Shit.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
When you're ready.
Demo presentation on diffusion. What is diffusion? This definition, the movement of the substance from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, which is what diffusion is. But in audio, it's slightly similar. It's similar, but in a different context. It's scattering of sound waves reduced in the sense of localization. How it works. What I mean by localization is a diffuser changes the directions of reflective sound waves. It also takes the intensity of one sound wave and spreads it equally into others, so that each reflection is coming from a different direction, but the intensity's less, so you don't notice it as much as the original sound source. Diffusers also impact on the time, depending on the length of diffusion and stuff like that. So you hear different reflections at different times. So it tricks your brain thinking you're in a larger room, creating more spacious sound. Types of diffusers. There's a QRD diffuser, which is a quadratic residue diffuser, which is named by that because it works on the equation of quadratic residues. It's also a 1D, so instead of just a 2D of diffusing up and down, it only diffuses horizontally. Also, scalar diffusers, which is what I've made there, works on primitive root diffuser, on a primitive root equation, also can be done on a quadratic residue, and it diffuses up and down, horizontally, vertically, which gets the name scalar because it can be used on a ceiling because it won't just diffuse outwards. Diffuser works in the same way as a skyline. And then equations on how I made my diffuser. Just first start with a prime number, which shows 157, because it works out the x and y axis of the diffuser. So you take off 1 from 157, and then that's 13 times 12, so I got 13 by 12, x and y. And then you have to work out the primitive root of 157. The lowest root is 5, so that goes into the equations later. So to work out your first equations, you've got S over H, which is split to a sequence value. So you've got S1, S2, S3 up to S156. And then you've got G over H, which G is a primitive root, so that's 5, over H, which is a number in the sequence, so obviously 1, 2, 3, so on. And then you've got node N, which is the prime number of 157. I'll come to doing that equation later. So you take home your numbers, and you get the one-dimensional line of numbers in the first one. You have to put this into a Chinese remainder fashion, which sorts out into an x and y axis, which gives you your grid. So then to convert this so you can use it as your measurements, you have to do the equation, which is, you got well depth equals G, which is the primitive root, which is 5, over H, which is the well number, mod M, which is the prime number, so you go, so G will be 5, over, say, 3, we're choosing the third one, which on the previous one I'll show you, which is, it goes diagonally, so the third one will be diagonally 3. So, Q, 5, 7. So you work out 5 over 3, which I don't need to calculate for that anyway, so 1, 2, 5. And then you go 1, 2, 5. Mod 1, 5, 7. So you go, to work out the module, you go 1, 2, 5 into 1, 5, 7. just calculate the decimal point. Which is the answer there, 0.796.